My train had no such car, and I began to feel pangs of envy. I put up such a fuss that Mother threw to beatings and handed me the oil tanker car. She said, "If you need it more than Mark, you take it." I put the oil tanker with my train. Of course, my electric train with endless energy.
Love hearing President Monson's voice and the opportunity to use his voice as an intro to the book that he wrote. I couldn't resist. This is The Christmas Train by President Thomas S. Monson. It is an autobiographical story, but it's also a picture book. It's autobiographical because it's a true story about him when he was a child. It's a picture book because, as you can tell, it's pictures. It is also awesome because it came with the CD. The graphics, as you can tell, sorry for the lighting, are very formal. There's these text boxes and they have all the beautiful images in them. The pictures, I don't know if I can get a close enough view, especially with the way the camera is, but the pictures show you this beautiful textured artwork. It's rounded and the colors are very warm, but at the same time they kind of have a calming effect. So I don't know if colors can be warm and cool at the same time, but it kind of does because there's energy to it, but there's also like a calmness to it. Just like how President Monson read it and how he speaks, very calm and cool. It's the story of President Monson when he was a boy and he was super excited for a train, an electric train, and his parents saved up and they bought him this electric train. And then they also bought a neighbor the train. And he brought it over to his house. And it's an awesome story. I really, really like it. Probably you guys have heard it. I don't know if you have seen the picture book of it, but it is a beautiful, beautiful picture book. And the pictures, as you can tell, they show the excitement of his train experience and his Christmas morning. And they're beautifully, beautifully done. The story obviously is beautiful because it's President Monson. He was an amazing, amazing storyteller. And obviously he gets this beautiful train, but that's not a very exciting story. And that's not all of it. But the mom gets a train for the neighbor kid. And one of the cars on the train for the neighbor kid is something that Thomas S. Monson really likes. And he wants it. And his mom says, well, if you really think you need it more than he does, then you can have it. And so he gets it. And I'm sure most of you will remember the rest of the story. And if you don't, I highly, highly recommend you reading it. This book is a wonderful book that is good for pretty much every age. I had the opportunity of going to my daughter's class. I let her pick any of our Christmas books out. And when she was in kindergarten, I went to her class and shared this story. And I was kind of a little bit nervous. And I was also supposed to come up with a craft to do with the kids. And that was kind of a challenge. But what I came up with was for them to draw their own pictures and to think instead of what they wanted to give to others. Because ultimately that is the point of this entire story. And I'm sorry if I gave away too much information, but there's a scripture quote at the very end, and it said, and it talks about the love that Jesus has. It said, Jesus said unto them, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And this time of year especially, having the opportunity to read children books that will not only teach them lessons, but remind them of the true reason for the season and show it to them in a childlike way, because this is Thomas S. Monson when he is a child and when he thinks and acts like a child. And so the children can relate to it and they can think, I don't know if I finished telling you, but the craft was for them to think about what they could give to others. And that's really what it is all about. What can we do and give to others So this is my book recommendation, and I hope you enjoy it and read it.